Hello, bookworms, bibliophiles, and lovers of all things literature. Welcome to the next chapter of the Braless Book Guild podcast, where we discard our bras and spread the love to talk about books both published and unpublished. We are your hosts, Jenna.
Hi, guys.
Marissa.
Hello.
And I'm Megan.
Sorry, I got the giggles at least.
Yeah.
We got a case of the giggles here.
Listen, so this is our Valentine's Day episode.
Yeah.
So Marissa surprised us with the chocolate.
Yeah.
I brought hot chocolate. We didn't plan this. I brought hot chocolate. And we were joking right before we were recording, as we were technically recording, that the chocolate's going to make our voices a little weird. But that's okay.
Funky.
It's part of the adventure, right?
Yeah.
And then Marissa made a good joke. And we're all laughing. So, all right.
So I guess we don't have to talk about what we're drinking. We're drinking hot chocolate.
We're drinking hot chocolate.
Although we did do it really interesting, and Marissa had this wonderful idea. She has maraschino cherries, and we added a little bit of the maraschino cherry syrup to our hot chocolate.
Yeah, I'm going to
quite
try
good,
that. I haven't
actually.
tried it yet.
She says, like, oh, it's very unique and interesting. And never do it. This is literally how I drink my hot chocolate right now, guys.
Well, no, it's funny because it's something that I would do because I tend to keep a lot of syrups and add things to my hot chocolate, and coffee and tea and ridiculous bar that you guys know that I have for all my drinks. But I really didn't think about adding maraschino cherry juice to it, and I love it. I love chocolate covered cherries. So
honestly, I'm usually adding rum to it as well. And it's just a way to get through some of my like alcohol and cherries, because I usually make old fashions which take cherries with it, and I'm like, what else can I put with the cherries?
Marissa says, we have a case of the giggles. I usually put rum in my hot chocolate too.
I didn't this time. I did not put rum in my hot chocolate this time.
I need a little bit of alcohol to talk about romance.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm the single one here, guys. I'm going to need some rum.
That is your partner of the day.
This is my partner of the day.
Captain Morgan. Oh, is it Captain Morgan? Do they do rum? I don't know.
Yes.
Okay.
Megan says is the one who doesn't drink.
I don't drink. Captain Morgan's your partner.
Yeah.
Morgan is a gender fluid name, so
It's true.
hey, works. All right, so because this is the romance episode, oh my goodness,
Woo!
we decided,
Yay.
and it's also our chapter 2, which is perfect because it's all about couples.
Yes.
So we're going to talk about couples that we love. I don't know if you guys have any ideas for couples that you didn't quite work, or if we're just going to stay positive this episode. I have a couple couples.
You have a couple couples?
I have a couple couples that are ones that I did not expect to enjoy, but that I did enjoy. So that's the couple that I have.
I think it's funny because you can tell the difference between like all of our kind of styles here. Megan's very, very organized. She's like, I have my couples listed out. I have them broken down by section. I'm like, let me ask you guys some questions and just fly by the seat of my pants and see what you guys answer with. And Marissa's somewhere in between.
Yeah, I'm definitely somewhere in between, especially this episode. Because I think I was going to, make lists and stuff like that, and I was really struggling with it, honestly. So I was like, you know what? I got ideas. I don't have a list, but I got ideas.
Yeah,
it's funny because Marissa and I were talking a little bit right before Megan got here, and I was saying how we had originally come up with this idea a few weeks ago. And when we came up with the idea, I was like, yeah, I have all these couples. And they're like, yes, I know this one and this one and this one and this one. And then today, as soon as I'm sitting here getting ready to come over, I'm like, do I read books? What couples? And I'm the one that has to have romance in my books to
Jenna,
enjoy any
literally
books.
been reading the rom-coms.
Yes. And I
all
just
last
literally
year.
couldn't think of I was like, what couples? Couples? Like people, they're couples? Do I like any of these couples? And suddenly I just felt this pressure and I had no idea what to think. And so I had to really I went through my Goodreads and just scrolled through and oh yeah, I like them. Oh yeah, I like them. Oh yeah, I liked them. And it re-jogged my memory because all of a sudden I couldn't think of a single couple that I liked.
yeah.
I think that was my main thing with this is if I don't remember them, I probably didn't like them that much, so I'm not going to mention them and I'm not going to go dig too deep.
Yeah, I did that. It was funny because I kind of scrolled through and I was like, oh, I liked them, but they don't stand out to me. So I'm not going to bring them up because I liked them, but I don't remember anything about them. So
yeah, I think the other thing is that we're going to talk about different dynamics and different types of couples and stuff like that. So I was thinking as we talk about it, it'll probably jog my memory on some.
Right. I just looked at my bookshelf and was like, yep, there they are.
Yep, those ones.
So I wrote down a couple. well, let's talk about what makes a good romance for you guys. We already know that Marissa and sometimes me are not like romance focused in books. So when specifically you, because I feel like Jenna's easy. But specifically you, Marissa, what if you're reading a book and you're like, yeah, this is couple goals. Is there anything that comes to mind when you think of that? Is it like banter? Is it chemistry? Is it they're both hot? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think definitely, the banter and the chemistry have to be there. There has to be something there. I also very much like the old married couple feel of it. Like, so some of the ones I'm gonna mention, it's like it's either an established relationship or it's like the way their dynamic was already was it just fit, like they were already basically married. It just made sense for them to be a couple. And then it's if two people are able to click together, I think that's the main thing, rather than like forcing it of like, well, that's the hot guy that's like the best friend, so it's gotta be the couple or whatever it is. I'm like, that's not, I don't want it to be forced and I don't want it to be obvious necessarily. I would rather it just be like, no, it makes sense. Their personalities make sense together, so it works. And that's kind of my thought process on it.
Very cool. And how about you, Jenna?
I like the banter. I think we all know, like, I love the enemies to lovers. I like the chemistry. I like the build-up, I've noticed.
Yeah, the build-up's always good.
It's the hard ones are the insta-loves for me.
Same.
I have a hard time where it's like, oh, I saw him across the way and suddenly I'm in love with you and then everything is perfect and cute. And I really hate when there's good banter and then instant love and it's gone. And you're like, cool, I really wanted this to work out and I was really invested and now I hate you.
Yeah.
So like the more tension I feel like that there is between the two characters, the more I really will enjoy that storyline. And actually those are the books that I can't put down. Those are the ones I'll stay up reading all night because it's like I just can't wait for that next moment of tension or that next like, are they going to kiss here? Is it going to lead to something? Is it going to, and it's like when there's not those moments of tension or when it feels too forced and the only thing they have going for them is the banter, but there's no tension. It's like, okay, well, I don't really care about this tension. I'm able to put the book down a little more. What about you, Megan?
Yeah, I'm pretty much the same way. I like if they have banter, that's all I care about.
Yeah.
I also like specifically trope wise, like a cinnamon roll guy and like
black cat
girl kind of thing. I like that a lot. But I'm not opposed to, different types, but I also like I love when he falls first.
Yeah.
I love that where he would do anything for her or he's like loved her all along and he's doing all of these things for her. I like that a lot. So those are my couple favorites, but there's so many different dynamics out there that I think just genuinely work. Like we talked about the Crimson Moth, Heartless Hunter by Kristen.
That was actually one of my couples that I thought of, and it's like it sticks with me. So it's like that's one of the couples that I've loved that I've read in the last couple of years that like really stuck with me.
That they had this like enemies to lovers, but they didn't know they were enemies to lovers kind of thing.
But they kind of did know it,
but it's like
they also
weird.
didn't. Like so he was. Like, he didn't know that she was the Crimson Moth, but knew that, like, he was using her to try to find out if she knew who the Crimson Moth was. And she knew he was the bad guy. And so it's like neither one of them were, like, willing to admit that they were actually falling for each other because they were like, we're just going about this as if we're playing the other person. But in the act of playing, they, like, fell for each other.
Yeah. And I think for me, the slow burn of their romance where I was reading it and I was like, I'm going to read until they kiss. Okay. And then I'm like, oh shoot, it's midnight and they still haven't kissed. What am I going to do? Well, why haven't they kissed yet? Oh my gosh. But I'm glad that they haven't kissed.
Right.
Because then half the time when they kiss, then it's all just like, oh, schmoopy poopies. Yep. Yes, I love you. And I'm just like, oh God. But that one was done really well. We will report back once book 2 comes out.
Right.
Because we could come back and be like, actually,
in my mouth.
it was really bad, but hopefully not.
I've heard that it's better. I've heard a lot of people say that got arcs.
Oh,
said
yes.
that it's even better than the first one.
I'm very excited for it.
I'm super excited. One of the books that I just recently read was The Powerless by Lauren Roberts. Yes, Lauren Roberts. I just read The Powerless, and it has that same kind of dynamic, but it almost has more of it's like Red Queen meets Crimson Moth meets Psych.
Meets Psych. Wow.
You're watching Psych. I understand that.
So, so it was, but it had that same thing where it was like, the banter was there. There was some other things that I kind of was like, I didn't like as much about it. And I would say Crimson Moth would be like a 5-star, where Powerless is probably like more of a 4-star for me. I did like the dynamic there with that. I liked the banter. I liked all of that. But I definitely went into this, and maybe it's just because it was a book talk book that was like so popular that I thought it was going to be spicy. And I'm like messaging Megan, and I'm like, 60% through, and they still haven't even kissed.
That is so confusing to me, because book talk in my brain, spicy books.
Right. So maybe it's just because it was a book talk book, I thought, oh, it must be spicy.
But even Lightlark wasn't spicy.
But Lightlark wasn't spicy.
The wrong side of book talk?
But I could get into Lightlark too. Lightlark was disappointing for me because I didn't care about the relationship.
Oh, same. Yeah.
I didn't care about any of the relationships, and they felt forced and instant to me. So they weren't my favorite. That being said, I did read all the books that were out of it. Like, I did read the next book, and I kept giving it chances because I cared enough about the story, that I kept going. I don't know if I'll keep going because I don't know if I'm that invested in it that I'll try to remember what's happening. But
so, question for you before then Marissa hops in with her subject change. For you, how important is romance in a story? So, like, if you had known going into Lightlark that the romance would be barely existent,
I probably wouldn't have read it.
Okay.
To me, it takes a lot for me to read a book knowing that there's going to be no romance whatsoever. Okay. I have to be completely in the mood for whatever other aspect that book has. So, like, we've talked about, I've read non-fiction books, literally the opposite of fan fiction. But it's like, I really wanted to know about Ted Bundy, so I had to know. I'm like, don't expect any romance in Ted Bundy's story. I mean,
there was.
But, so I go into it knowing that I'm not getting that, but I really cared about something else. But I have to really be driven to read that story and know about that story to not have any romance. Romance, I'd say, is probably one of the leading factors that will get me into a book.
You're not going to like my 2025 writing project.
It's okay.
Book 1 has 0 romance.
I mean, I already know that with your original books.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
He's asexual, so.
Aromantic.
So.
No, he's actually both.
I was going to say, I assume both. But yeah, so I knew that going in. So it's like, I can be prepared for that, especially if I'm only reading it in chunks, which is what we'd be doing with the.
Yeah.
So it's not like I have to sit there and commit to a 400 long page book that has no romance and isn't going to keep me invested.
Yeah. All right, Marissa, go on.
Now you break away.
Oh, is it my turn? Can I talk during this one? No, I'm just kidding.
No. We'll give another 30 minutes. We'll come back to you.
Okay, sounds good. You're fine. I know it's going to be a lot of you two talking about
we're the couple in this episode.
Yeah, it's good. It's fine. I've got like my 2 cents.
You're the third wheel.
There. Oh, story of my life then. Literally, anytime I go anywhere, it's like Jenna and Jelani come along, and it's me being the third wheel.
My husband we're not over the top like canoodly people.
It's true.
My husband doesn't want to go anywhere, so I will be your partner in anything.
Yeah, but that doesn't help me if I'm actually looking for a partner, because then it looks like I have a partner.
That's true.
We realized that problem when Marissa and I would go out places like Pride and stuff, because we don't look enough like sisters that people just assume we're a couple. And I was like, I need a big shirt that says, I love my lesbian sister with an arrow.
Yeah. And you're like, your shirt would say, I am the lesbian sister.
But I'm straight on the back. And married.
Listen, Disneyland, I'll be your ride partner. How about that?
There you go. it also was the problem when we went to Ren Fair and everybody thought Elias was my kid.
Oh yeah, he's so cute. I was like, thanks, he's my nephew.
Yeah, no, I was like, what? I told him I said something like, "Where are we going?" And somebody like just chimes in and goes like, "Just follow me, mama," or something like that. I'm like, I'm not the mama.
Nope,
not how that goes. Anyways, my 2 cents I was going to put in earlier. You guys had mentioned like having that tension and then they kiss and it's all gone. Yes, that's very annoying. The thing I hate more is when they kiss and then they try to act like it didn't happen.
Oh,
and it's like
to bring the tension back.
Yeah, and it's like, no, it happened. Acknowledge. Like,
yeah, I like it.
I can't stand it of them being like, but no, we're not actually attracted to each other. And like, you are. Stop.
Just move forward with it.
That's everything I have to write about for work is they always have to have the kiss and then like, oh no, we can't be together.
But it shouldn't have
Forbidden
happened.
romance.
Yeah.
I was gonna say my thing that I noticed is like for books, you have to have something, an interruption, because the minute that they kiss, they're gonna bang unless someone interrupts them.
Oh my god.
So
that is true. Well, no.
That is my pet peeve in that I personally, for me, I'm a slow burn person in that I gotta get to know you first.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so I get really annoyed. Like, what was it? A Fire and Stars that we read?
Oh, yeah.
The first time they kiss, they sleep together. And I was just like, who does this? And I know a lot of people do that.
Yeah.
But I'm like, but why?
It's like, we've had all this built up passion, so we must like have sex right now. And it's like, that's not realistic. I mean,
it can be,
but like, it doesn't.
I think it can be if it's written well enough, especially with the build-up. Like, if they've known each other for a long time and there's a build-up of that type of tension together.
But even then, I feel like, pun totally intended, the climax of the story should be them banging.
Yes.
So if they bang halfway through the book...
No, that's how it is in spicy books now, because spicy books, you need to have as many sex scenes as you possibly can. So it's about, you have to guess about 40 to 50% of the way through the book, they're at least gonna, start with some, hand play or something.
Okay.
But
spicy books.
Once again, that's if you're reading a romance book, sure, but I feel like the Megan's point of the climax should be the sex scene. If it's a romance, but I feel like if there's other stuff going on in the book, I don't care if you guys slept together.
That's true.
Right.
That's one thing I think, and this is like one of the very few times I will say this, A Court of Thorns and Roses did well. Was the second one A Court of Mist and Fury? Spoiler alert if you have not read, if you have lived under a rock and have not read A Court of Mist and Fury. When... like the build up for them to finally bang, they did hand play. Yeah. They did like a lot of stuff. And I was like, yeah, that's how it should be.
Yeah, you should.
So then when they finally bang, you're like, okay, here it is.
Yeah. So. I think it's more realistic and I like it. I like it that way. I hate when it's too on the nose. Like, we kissed and then I went up her shirt and then I used hand play. And now formula. We have oral sex and now we have they got to go slowly through the bases. Yes. So it's like, If they literally hit it on the nose each time, like, I'm just like...
Yeah. That's what we have to do for work. We have to do the build-up.
But you're expecting it in those ones. You're actually, like... you guys are marketing to the book talk mommies that want to play through this fantasy. So...
we should change our topic before we get flagged for 18 plus. Okay, so we talked about some romantic stuff.
Yes.
What you guys personally like about it. Let's just hop right into some of your favorite couples. Let's start with Jenna.
It's funny because it's hard for me to think too far back on couples. I tend to like think of the ones most recently that I've read.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say as we were talking about banter, Emily Henry's banter in her books create some of my favorite couples.
I agree.
But I can't say that like one specific one is necessarily like my favorite of them all. I think that
I can.
No, you can. I think in general, the only one that I didn't really care about was the people we meet on vacation, which is ironic because I think Megan would enjoy it, but I didn't like it as much because it was a friends to lovers thing.
And that's my favorite.
And that's her favorite. Obviously I liked the enemies to lovers probably the most.
See, I didn't like the second chance romance.
Yeah, the second chance romance wasn't as good to me.
That was fun, not funny story.
Happy Place.
Happy Place.
Yeah.
I did not care for that book at all.
But and then Allie Hazelwood, I think is some of my favorite couples also. She's done some really good couples. But those aren't like specific couples necessarily.
Yeah. Just was overarching.
Like, those were just overarching like authors that I've enjoyed most of the couples that they've written about. I think one of my favorite couples that stands out to me is Nina and Matthias from Six of Crows.
Yeah.
Because
they had the banter.
They had genuine hate for each other. Not the, oh, we kind of are rivals and I don't like you. It, like genuine hate and misunderstanding starting out. And history that was before the book that you got to like learn about throughout the book. And then once they were together, it was the I will do anything for you love and romance. And they were kind of both badasses.
You know what's funny about that is that Nina, one of my favorite characters in that book for sure. And I did appreciate the fact that they did have that like prejudice thing going on about him. That like he didn't like her because of
she's a witch.
Exactly. So I liked that for sure. They were probably my least favorite couple of the book. I did not like them that much. Although, I mean, I guess you wouldn't be surprised, but my favorite couple was Kaz and Inej in that book.
Yeah.
I wanted to love Kaz and Inej, and I did love them so much. I was just so disappointed because it was never satisfying to me.
Oh, right, because they couldn't.
That's what I loved about it, though.
Yeah.
And that was one of those things I was talking about where it's like when it makes sense. And I think it made sense because he had that aversion to touch.
Yeah.
He didn't want to touch anything, and she didn't want to be touched.
Yeah.
So it kind of, it was really good for them to try to figure out that, like, yeah, this is perfect for us because neither one of us really wants to go through with it, but, like, we also kind of do.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Okay, you guys. We are a good team because guess who my favorite couple was?
Wylan.
Jesper and Wylan.
Jesper and Wylan, because Wylan was like the innocent cinnamon roll who got embarrassed by everything, and Jesper was like, I'm gonna push your boundaries and make you embarrassed all the time.
Yeah.
So, yeah, good team.
I had a feeling it would be.
That's so funny. We all just hit all the marks.
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically the entire Six of Crows team.
Yeah.
We have a good couple in there.
And you know what I liked about Six of Crows is that there were 3 different romances in it. I loved all of the romances. That is what kept me invested in the book, but I liked the plot.
Right.
Yes.
I was going to say
it wasn't the driving factor.
With 3 romances in there, you think it's going to be so overpowering with romance, but honestly, it was not the main point of the book. The main point was just the plot, and I thought that is like a really good like that's just a good writer right there.
Yeah.
But I think, obviously, if you want the romance, there's other writers out there that can do that for you.
Yeah.
But I just think that's really cool that, we had just 2 books where there's 3 entire romances in there. And somehow she was able to fulfill all 3 of them.
Without making it a romantic book.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say that any of the romance plots overpower. I would say if you got any of them were more centered on romance, it would be Nina and Matthias because they had, that was almost their entire relationship was that slow burn build up.
Did either of you read Six of Crows or not? King of Scars?
I read the first one. I haven't read the second one.
Oh, okay.
So,
okay. I know that you would definitely like Rule of Wolves, which is the second of that duology.
Because there's a lesbian in it.
Because there's a lesbian in it. And it has like a very interesting plot twist in it as well.
I think the hard part for you is that King of Scars relies heavily on the Shadow and Bone trilogy, which you didn't read. Yeah. So a lot of the character backstories you wouldn't understand as much.
I very much enjoyed Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom because I enjoyed that little heist and those characters.
Yeah.
The world was interesting for sure, but I don't think it's something that I want to get immersed into like I would with like a Gail Carriger book.
Yeah.
I wouldn't get immersed into this one as much. So that's part of the reason why I never went through with reading
Interestingly,
any of the other ones.
Six of Crows, I always explain to people, I loved that book. It sticks with me. I think about it all the time. I look at it. I'd say it's one of my favorite books. It was probably one of my favorite books that I put down the most and didn't walk back to. And I tell people that all the time. It took me so long to get through that book because I started reading it. I think it was a book that I was reading when I met my husband and we started dating. So I was like kind of living in my real world too. Mm-hmm. And therefore like didn't need to be fully immersed, but also it wasn't strong on the romance. So it didn't pull me back in all the time.
Okay.
It was plot based. And so I'd be able to put it down and then come back and like, it'd be like 2 or 3 days later, then I come back. And it's like, it probably took me the longest to read of all my favorite books.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right. So kind of going off of that, since it's kind of on the couple or the topic of good couples in the series, I personally think the couples, every single couple from the Lunar Chronicles,
yes,
is genuinely good. Did you read any of you?
I did read all of it. I don't remember the couples that well. Obviously, I knew about them, but I don't remember the couples. Literally, the only thing I really remember about the Lunar Chronicles is when Scarlet like kicked down the door with the shotgun.
I don't remember that.
I love that.
That was my favorite scene in it. It sticks with me every time. And then something about the one that was on the moon, like literally the lunar one.
Yeah,
but
crests.
Yeah.
Well,
no, the crest was for satellite. You're thinking winter.
Oh, winter.
Yeah, winter.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah,
I thought Crest was on a moon.
Yeah, she was on a satellite.
No, she was.
That's right.
That's right.
Because it was her tower.
So the first book is Cinder, and that's Cinder and Kai.
Yep.
And that's one, The Rich and the Poor, the Cinderella story. And I thought that one was really fun.
Yeah, they're all the fairy tale retelling, so it's perfect.
Yeah. And then the second one, which is my favorite, was Scarlet and Wolf.
Mm-hmm.
And that one was the Little Red Riding Hood story. But that one was like, he's like part of the enemy.
Yeah.
And he
was the enemy.
Oh, that's right.
The wolf, they had their wolf hybrid army.
Yeah.
I remember that made me think of Maximum Ride.
Yeah.
With Ari.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Ari, her little brother.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
Funny story. When we got married, I had the bridal shop was trying to sew my sleeves onto my dress, and when they did the alterations, and they could not get it right. So I took it to our friend Angela and had her do it for me. And
where's the story going?
No, I know. It seems very off topic.
It is romantic. It's a wedding.
And she surprised me, and she stitched alpha in blue on the inside lining of my dress, which is what they do in the Stars Above, I think, is the little novellas from it. When Scarlet and Wolf get married, they stitch alpha into Scarlet's dress in blue. So I had something blue, even though I already had something blue. But it was sweet of Angela to do that.
That's really cute.
My wedding dress has alpha stitched into it.
And that can, as of now, these days, that can go in a very different direction. But
she was like, "If you hate it, I'll take it out." But I just wanted to surprise you. And I was like, "No, I think it's cute. It's fun. I like it."
I wish I had something like that. Dang it. And then the third book was Cress and was his name like Tristan or something? Thorn. You're right. And he was like the kind of piratey.
Oh yeah. Sorry. I completely forgot about the romances of these books.
Yeah.
Like I remember Cinder because that was like the driving force of the entire series. I mean, not really. It turns out to be something else at the end, but the beginning of it. And then I blacked out on all the romances on all of them.
But that was like, he was like the wily, jokester one, and she was the shy, kind of sheltered.
Felt very Tangled before Tangled came out.
He was the Flynn Rider.
Yes, he was very much Flynn Rider. And then the last one was Winter and Jace.
Yeah.
And he was her guard and loved her from afar, and she was like the young, innocent one.
But she loved him anyway. She loved him from the get-go too.
Yeah. I like that series a lot because that one, similar to what we were saying where Six of Crows has the romance, but it's not the driving force. I feel like this series, the romance and the plot are equal.
Yeah.
In that the romance themselves, like them teaming up together, slowly falling in love or already being in love kind of thing, really drives the plot, not fully, but a lot.
It's the fairy tales, which, you know, has to have the romance, I think. Otherwise, it wouldn't fully be the fairy tale retellings. Yeah. But yeah, I feel like they do it. It moves together. The plot and romance is equally important in both. Mm-hmm. And I liked each one of those. I found that I cared about each of their characters and each of their romances throughout it. And you'd still get like pieces of the other characters that you had met before. Yeah. In previous ones. So I liked that.
Yeah. Also, quick side note, I just popped into my brain. I'm rewatching Once Upon a Time. I've talked about this before. They made Ruby. She's a lesbian now too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I didn't know that. Or I guess she's
that's why she came back to Once Upon a Time for a little while.
No, actually I came back for the last season for the lesbian romance and that.
I haven't hit that part. I'm so excited.
Yeah. That one's a good one.
Okay.
I was super confused because I just skipped to it.
Yeah.
But you kind of can in some ways. Anyways, I remember because that was part of back when I was into fanfiction a lot more too, was I wanted Belle and Ruby to be together. Because I thought that was a better Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah.
And I hate Rumpelstiltskin.
Yeah, Rumpelstiltskin. He had his moment where I was like, yeah, he's such a great character. But now I'm just like, okay, he's literally just he's factory reset himself so many times. And I'm like, this is
terrible.
Yeah.
And so I thought it'd be cool for it to be Belle and Ruby. And they had like that little bit in like season 2.
Yeah.
Where like Ruby was helping Belle like get the library and learn how to be in this world and not be crazy and stuff like that. And I'm like, heck yeah, that's a great little romance they got there. And then they threw it away.
Same thing with Mulan and Sleeping Beauty.
I know, that was big disappointment. But at least Mulan was actually gay in that situation.
Yeah.
And then Ruby, I found out, gets with like Dorothy or something like that.
Yeah, her and Dorothy get together.
Yeah.
And it is insta-love. And I was just kind of like, okay.
Yeah, I heard it wasn't done well. So I was like,
it wasn't done well.
You know what? You could have done it and you threw it away already.
But I'm excited to get to season 7 now. I'm finishing up season 5, so I'm mostly there.
Nice. That was one of the last ones I tried to binge while I was pregnant, and then I went into labor and I just never finished it, which is on par with how I've watched it every other time that I've tried to watch it.
Same. And this time I'm like, well, now I'm in control.
You're like, I'm going to do it.
Yeah. So it's been fun. All right. What's next on your guys' couples list? Couple goals.
Definitely, I think one of my other favorite couples is Elias and Leia from An Ember in the Ashes.
I was like, your son?
I have to say that one. That's one of my favorite couples. And that, again, is another one of those ones where the romance is not the driving factor of that book. But there was just enough romance that I could not put that book down.
And even when, in like the later in the series, when they actually like get together, there are so many other factors that are keeping them apart, but in like an actual good way and not just, oh my God, we just need another reason for them to not be together. It actually felt organic.
Yes. Yeah. So often we end up, especially in big series and stuff, where the couples get together at the end of book 1 or whatever it is. And then book 2, it's like, and then she is stolen away. And so let's start over in book 2 with them not being together. And
Jasmine Throne.
But it's like, it didn't, even Jasmine Throne kind of felt a little bit more like realistic.
Chose to not be stolen away. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the best part of that.
But yeah, too often you get this like, every book we're going to start over and we're going to have like the first third of the book, them finding their way to each other and fighting so that it's not just pure romance from the get-go.
Ruthless vows. Yep.
And so, yeah, I'd say that's one of my favorite romances throughout the books too. And it was another, I think, soft romance for me is what I'd call it. It wasn't over the top. It wasn't in your face. It wasn't the driving factor of the book where it's like, oh my gosh, I care about this. And even when they fell, it wasn't like, I pine for you, I yearn for you.
Right.
It was like, I love you, I care about you. Like, as they cared about each other and fell for each other, I enjoyed the way she wrote that.
I aim for your success.
Right.
Kind of thing. I want you to succeed.
Right.
Even if it's at the detriment to my own people. Yeah. How about you, Marissa? What's your next one?
I mean, I'll always bring this up, and especially because I told Jenna I was surprised that I got 2 lesbian love stories and it was A Day of Fallen Night.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I'll always talk about Tanuva and Esbar, and that was kind of what I was going with, of like that already like married couple already. You get like flashbacks of them together, and it's cute and everything, but they're already kind of solidified together, and I think that's great.
They raised a child together.
Yeah, it was fantastic. And then I was surprised by the other one. That was definitely like an enemies to lovers situation. Yeah. And I remember texting Jenna of like, I thought I was just getting like, I just shipped this because they've got good chemistry, but it's just me being like hopeful and it's not actually going to happen. And then it happened. I'm like, I get 2 lesbian stories in this book. This is awesome.
Listen, if there's anything, Prior of the Orange Tree is anything to go off of, there was only one person in that book I know that was not gay.
Yeah.
Or queer of any kind.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, going into Day of Fallen Night, I was like, all right, how many are we getting this time? And guess what? All of them.
All of them?
Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah.
And so one of my goals this year is once I get her 5th book in her Bone Season series is coming out, I do think, as far as what I've seen, the main character is in a hetero-romantic relationship, but I'm hoping for some good side characters because it's the same author. So I'm very excited to see where she goes.
And you never know, main character could be bisexual.
That's true. That's very true.
So I think that was a big thing too. Like, there was a character in both of them, but there was a character in Day and Fallen Night where it's like they started off in a hetero-romantic relationship and then went with another person of the same sex.
Yeah.
Without giving it away.
Right. I'm still excited for Jenna. I know every single time we bring up this book, we're just like, okay, Jenna.
When I finally start it, you guys are going to be like talking about it the whole time. Jenna.
Yeah. I think what's going to happen though, is it's going to be the same thing that happened with me and when Marissa was messaging me and I was like, I remember nothing.
I know.
And then Jenna's going to message us and we're going to be like, yeah.
Sure, totally.
Wait. All right, my next one is one we talk about a lot is The Night Circus. Mm-hmm. And this is a book all 3 of us absolutely love, and that is Celia and Marco. That's the one I love because it is literally a slow burn romance that lasts like a decade, if not more. And they like very, very slowly fall in love, and the art that I've seen for it is just really good. I actually just sent you guys fan art of it. Was it yesterday or this morning? I don't remember.
I don't remember. I think it was yesterday, but I think I saw it this morning.
So the answer is yes.
Yes. Both.
But yeah, so that's just one that I think will always come back to as such a good romance because of the way it was done. Did you ever read The Starless Sea by?
No.
Okay, that one's a gay romance.
Yeah, I started that one when we were flying to Hawaii and never finished it.
I thought I heard something negative about them. That's why I stopped. I didn't pick it up, but I can't. I mean, it wasn't like I heard that, so I'm never going to read it. It was just kind of like, oh, I'll put that further back.
It was a very trippy book.
Yeah.
I had like this huge idea for like making this huge art mural based on the entire story. And I maybe will do it someday if I ever do a reread. Mm-hmm. But I think I gave it kind of a lower rating because of course, with The Night Circus, I have such high expectations. So it's not going to live up to that fully.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll do a reread of it someday. But yeah, that's like probably my favorite couple on my list that I have today.
I know that the entire book was a story of their romance and everything like that, but I honestly don't remember the romance part of it as much as I just remember like how well it was written and how like ambiance. Mystical it was. Yeah. And I remember there was something with the twins and and I liked the like time jump that they kind of had going on there.
But you didn't know it was a time jump until like I didn't figure it out until like midway through the book because you're like, oh, what's going on? Yeah.
I talked about this before. It was one of those books where it's like I'd see it and I'm like, oh, this looks good. Then I'd read the back. I'm like, oh, it's a romance, and I'd put it back down. Yeah. And so I didn't read it for so long.
It was a Target book. It was funny because I'd see it at Target all the time, and I'd pick it up and I'd be like, oh, I feel like this is going to be one of those books that I want to be good and it's not going to be as good as I want it to be. And then I saw it in one of the super underrated books or something list. And I kept seeing it and I was like, okay, if it's super underrated, I have to read it. and I read it and I loved it and I gave it to Marissa, and then she read it and loved it and we gave it to Megan.
Yep.
And it was a good book.
And I read the entire thing on the plane going from America of that month that you guys gave it to me, back to Korea. And I was like, I should probably sleep. And so I closed my eyes and I was like, but I want to read. Read the entire book. That was a long flight, so. All right. Do you have any more? You got more?
I mean, I have a lot of,
lay them on us.
For me, it's like, I have a lot of, like I said earlier, where it's like, I liked Allie Hazelwood's. I liked, Emily Henry's. I really enjoyed, the Well Met series.
Yes.
By Jen DeLuca. I liked all of their little romances, and I cared about those. I talked about it before. I love the Love Light Farms. Love the Love Light Farms. The best thing about the Love Light Farms is that I feel like it does the tropes. It does the friends to lovers. It does the second chance romance. It does the boy who's been pining after the girl. But it doesn't fall into, it doesn't have that second scene breakup where you end up like 2/3 of the way through the book. There's a big misunderstanding and they break up. It has like little bits of it so that there's still the tension of the like, wait a minute, like, are they actually going to be together? But like, not over the top.
That's good.
And it feels more.
Sometimes you need the lower key.
Yeah, it feels more realistic than the over the top romances, but still rom-com-ish, you know? So I like a lot of those couples. I mean, I know Megan hates it, but I love Rysand and Farah, obviously, still one of my favorite books. I love The Witch Collector, which I've talked about a lot.
Oh, yeah.
So I read The Witch Collector and then the second book of that, and I like the romance in that. And then the third book in that series breaks away and follows her sister and has the romance of her sister. And I really enjoyed that one too. So, I think that she does romance well and banter and build up well. So, and I know that there's books that I've read before the last like 5 years that I love too, but I can't think of any.
Yeah, I know it's so much easier to think of like the more recent ones,
Right.
than the ones that are forever ago.
That's why I wanted to make sure to bring up the Lunar Chronicles, and I'm glad we've talked about Six of Crows as well, because those are kind of older.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I talked about it in our 2024 wrap up. Was the This Is How You Lose the Time War?
Oh yeah.
And Red and Blue in that, because that one was a romance book. It was a cool romance book of very divine rivals type build up of them writing notes to each other and falling in love through writing notes to each other. But I think what I liked about that one was it still had a lot of commentary too on like humanity and stuff like that, and philosophy on different. I can't even explain. I explained very badly. It's very beautifully written about philosophy. Right?
Yeah.
But it was also a really good romance of like enemies to lovers, of they're fighting on the separate side of a time war. And like it starts off with them like, hey, just me writing to you could get me in trouble, so this is my trust that you might just turn me in or you might not. And then the other one replies and it's all like, yeah, but now you might turn me in because I replied. And then they just keep going back and forth. And I thought it was really cute and interesting the way that they talk to each other in that.
Yeah.
I love it.
That's fun.
I also, I always forget to bring it up. I love, The Wrath and the Dawn by Renee Adahy. I'm going to pronounce her name wrong. I'm sorry, Renee. But I loved her, The Wrath and the Dawn, and she actually wrote the Flame in the Mist is also a really good series too, and I like the romance in that too. I like retellings, and The Wrath and the Dawn is the, kind of the
1001 Nights, right?
Yeah, with the king. And it's the idea of he has the wife that he has to kill the morning after he marries her each time. And she tells him a little bit of a story to keep him interested and keep her alive for a little longer. And yeah, I love retellings of stories like that. And I like that story. So, I really enjoyed that. My husband bought me the beautiful fairy loot version of those.
Yeah.
And It's one of my favorite books. But I always forget how much I love it. I want to reread it. So that's another one of my couples that I like.
That is on my list to read this year.
Oh,
for sure.
I loved it. I loved it so much. I actually, so when my husband and I had started dating or whatever, you put your little names for each other in your phone or whatever, and he always calls me Love Bug, so I've been Love Bug in his phone for forever.
Is that from the book?
I used his name that I put for him from the book, and it's Junum, and it's my everything. So,
oh yeah, I remember you talking about that.
So that's why his name's Junum in my phone.
I read it as Junam because that's a Korean name. And then when I talked to my husband and we gave you guys your Korean names.
Yeah, that's what you gave Jelani.
Yeah. His name is, what I think is like Min Junam or something. Yeah.
That's funny.
So it fits.
I still like when your son calls him Jabu because you call him Jabu.
My son is such a little smart guy. He's picked up on our names because we call each other our names all the time, right? So he's picked up that my name is Jenna and his name is Jelani. And so Mama, Jenna. And I'm like, excuse me?
He's serious.
Like,
yeah.
Well, I just like it because like Jenna will go back to their like office or something and be like Jabu, and then you just hear Elias go Jabu.
So even last night we're laying in bed and he kept saying Jelani, and Jelani's going, my name is Dada. Nope, I'm Dada. Call me Dada. Nope, Dada. And so he goes, Jabu. And he just started calling him Jabu the whole night. And it's so cute and funny, but at the same time, I'm like, what the heck, dude? So yeah,
I'm still TT Rissa.
He picks up on that.
I'm Meme.
I think it's the funniest thing for me is that he calls friends of ours that he doesn't know the name of auntie and uncle.
That was so cute at D&D the other day.
So we put it together that that he just knows like they're close to us, so they must somehow be important. But the funny thing is that he doesn't call any of his aunties auntie. He calls them Titi.
Yeah, that's my fault.
Titi Kyla. And then now it's like friends somehow became auntie. So our friend, Haley's on the TV, and Marissa pulled up the map so you couldn't see Haley anymore. And he goes, where'd Auntie go?
And he kept pointing at the TV.
And we're like, what do you mean Auntie? And then we realized Haley's Auntie. So if you can't remember your name, you're Auntie or Uncle.
And she was so cute because she was like, I didn't have to do anything.
Yeah. She's like, I just got promoted without even caring.
I told her she's just a wise old, older woman that in Asian cultures they always say auntie.
Yeah.
My son's got that down.
Yeah.
And it's funny because he has such different, unique names for all of his family members. Like my dad's grandpa and my mom's grandma. But then...
Oh, I miss the manga.
I know. He called my mom Manga and my dad Panga for a while because he mixed the two up. But now it's grandma and grandpa. But my dad's wife is Kunyai. And
that's really cute.
That's the Thai grandmother name. Renee, my mother-in-law, didn't want to be a grandma, so she's Ama. And then he has Papa, which is Jelani's dad. And it's like, he just has like all these, and then TTs. And then my brother is Tio Jake, even though he's technically not Mexican, his husband is. And then, and it's just funny because it's like, he doesn't actually just have like normal names for anyone. It's all these weird names. And then just randomly everyone else is auntie and uncle.
Yeah.
Which is cute.
Everyone's family.
Yeah.
Now he's not afraid of auntie. The whole reason why I'm TT is because he said auntie once when he was like less than a year old, and I got super excited and cheered, and I scared him.
Oh.
And I'm like, now he's never gonna say auntie again. And so we came up with TT.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's cute. Also, it's easier for them to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. So back on track.
No.
Sidebar nation.
Talk about Elias all day.
I could also talk about how in Korean you don't call your husband by their name, or like you use like the names. So, like Oppa is technically older brother, but it's also meant for like boyfriends or just anyone who's like an older man to you. So I call him Oppa, but then if I say his name, he'll be like, "Oh, you're so rude," because you're never supposed to, like, for someone older, it's a sign of respect to never use their names. So he will like never call. He's like, just the other day was like, "I don't know what to call your parents." And I'm like, you just call them by their names. He's like, no, I could never. Oh no. And I'm just like, we're American. It's fine. And he's like, it's so ingrained in me. I physically can't. It makes me so uncomfortable. So then he's just like, your parents.
Your parents.
So anyway, Marissa, do you have any other couples?
Honorable mention one because it wasn't a main plot of the story, I don't think, but the Nevernight couple.
Yeah.
Second and third book.
Important to distinguish.
Yes. First book is different. But that one, what I liked about that one was that it was such a weird way that they got together.
Yeah.
And you remember?
I could never.
I know, right?
I could never.
Jenna, you need to read these books.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
You need to read these books. But
you still haven't? Oh, right, because you're saying you never read a J. Kristoff book solo. Yeah.
Yeah. Jenna needs to read. Jenna will really like these books too.
I agree. They're very dark.
I very much enjoy. Like I loved all of Jay and Amy's books. I love all of Amy and Megan's books. I like the. So I know that I enjoy his writing, but
yeah, no, it's a great book. It's a great series, and you will be shocked by the romance.
Romances.
Yeah, romances. The love triangle, if you could call it that. Not really.
Book 2 had a bit of a love triangle in it.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that was a romance that shocked me.
Yeah.
One just because, like, I knew it was going to happen eventually going into it, because that's what somebody told me.
Yeah.
But they didn't tell me who it was. And so when I found out who it was, I was like,
but how?
How?
But how?
Wait.
Especially after you read the first one.
And then you get into it, and I'm all like, but I really like these characters, and I really like them together, and they do work well together. It's just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be reading this, doing this, like, what do I expect least?
Yeah. Yeah. That was the whole entire thing. I probably talked about it on the podcast, but the Shadow and Bone series where my friend spoiled it for me and was like, oh, she ends up with someone who everyone hated. And I was like, oh, so she ends up with the Darkling. Because I hated the Darkling because he's evil.
Yeah.
And then she ended up with the one character I wanted her to end up with. And I was like, what? I was so confused.
Yeah.
But it's so interesting getting like these little snippets of spoilers. So when you go into the book and you're like expecting something. And then I was like, oh no. Huh.
Surprise.
Interesting.
Well, that was my problem, was I went into the first book expecting something, and I didn't get it, and I'm all like,
there's too many penises in this book for me.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. I have 2 left over. One is kind of an honorable mention, but I'll hop into. I really liked the interesting love story of The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue between Addie and Henry, in that she is basically immortal and nobody recognizes her, or they'll like recognize her when they're looking at her, but when they look away, they immediately forget her, and he doesn't.
Yeah.
So yeah, I really liked that kind of dynamic. One, because she's craving that knowledge, I guess, of someone recognizes me, and he's just like, yeah, we have a connection. So
yeah,
I liked that one. And then my honorable mention are the ones that I didn't expect to like, but it's a human falls in love with a cyborg.
Oh, yeah.
I have 3 of those.
Is one of them Cryer's War?
No. Wow. Cryer's War is added to the list. So we have Cryer's War. And then we have, gosh, we could make a whole shelf of just these. We also have Defy the Stars by Claudia Gray. That's her sci-fi one, where she's like this rebel fighting against this like space bad people, and he's what did I just call him? Cyborg. Android, cyborg, one of those. Cyborg means they have human parts, right?
Correct.
Yeah. They're androids, never mind.
Yeah.
And then we have Lifelike by J. Kristoff, which is the Anastasia retelling, where she's human and then he's a cyborg. And then we have Heart of Iron by Ashley Poston, which we got in not a Fairy Loot, an Owl Crate box. And that is another Anastasia retelling.
Yeah.
And yeah. And then also Cryer's War.
There's so I'm curious too, because something popped up recently on my Kindle, and I can actually look it up right now. But what I liked about it was it is like a human android relationship.
Mm-hmm.
But it's an asexual relationship.
Oh, cool.
And I don't know details about it, obviously, because I haven't read it, but it just popped up as a suggestion. The Cybernetic Tea Shop by Meredith Kratz.
That sounds so cute.
I'm all for that.
Yeah,
I think it's like a novella. It's like a 200-page book or something like that.
Thing.
But yeah, it's supposed to be an asexual relationship, which I added it to my list just because I needed more representation. I'm like, I don't know if I like it or not, but
we can read it in June.
My one that I didn't expect to like, that I actually did and kind of stuck with me is Cruel Prince, Pardon and Jude.
Okay.
Read the first book, hated them, hated it, hated the bully romance, hated all of it. Second and third book, loved them so much that by the end of it, I literally still think about them all the time.
Best friend Hannah just messaged me the other day and she was like, have you read Cruel Prince? And I was like, of course I have.
Yeah.
And then she's like, I'm thinking about reading it. And I was like, do you like bully romances? And she's like, I've never read a bully romance. So maybe she'll like it.
So here's the thing. First book, bully romance. Sucks. Horrible. Awful. Second and third book, enemies to lovers. More feel. Less bully romance. More...
I'll get
genuine.
into it someday.
It's one of those things. It was funny because Megan, right after I finished, was like, should I read it? And I was like, no, not really. But now it's been years and I literally still think about them. And I'm like, you know what? Yeah, there's parts of it that I just like genuinely love. And I think that you would actually enjoy it. Just skip the first book and do like a Cliff Notes version to remind yourself what happened and jump into the second book because that's really where it's at.
That's what everyone says.
Yeah. First book sucked, but yeah, that would be my, didn't expect to love them, but actually genuinely did.
All right. Is there any other things that you guys want to talk about romance-wise while we're here?
We've talked about the lies we tell ourselves. I really liked that romance too. Yeah. I think that as far as non-rom-com, non-fantasy, but just like kind of more of a realistic historical fiction book, I loved their romance because that was a realistic enemies to lovers of, this could be the world that people live in, and this could have happened, and we don't know. It very well could be a story of someone's, you know.
Sure, it was at some point.
And I really enjoyed that, overcoming prejudices and becoming friends and then falling in love, and discovering so much about yourself in a time that is not going to accept any part of that about you.
Right.
I think the thing that I really liked about that relationship too was how much they helped each other grow.
Yeah.
Because it's easy to say like, oh, obviously the white girl was racist and she's in the wrong or whatever. But it's like, even there were like prejudices on both sides because of what was viewed on like, well, she's the daughter of this guy who's like campaigning against the integration and all that stuff. So she's obviously terrible too.
Yeah.
And learning that there's like more to people than what they seem.
Yeah.
The thing I loved about the switch in that relationship was the way that the white main character, I forgot her name.
Yeah, I don't remember off the top of my head.
The
Linda
way
or
that
something.
Her character kind of started questioning things was she was raised thinking that, oh, these people are, uneducated. They don't know. They're just not smart. They're not in the same league as us. And then she's in class with her and she's like, she's asking all the smart questions. She's getting all of these right answers on these tests. I don't understand. And then she's like, maybe what I was taught was wrong. Yeah. And I loved just that was like the flipping point where then she started questioning everything and then was like...
Yeah, when she realized she was smarter than her.
Yeah.
She was like, obviously I'm going to be above her. Like, even if she's smart for them, she's not going to be that smart. And then it was like, oh no, she's smarter than I am.
Right.
Yeah.
And then, just questioning everything. And then realizing, I want to kiss her.
Yeah.
Why do I want to kiss her? Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Yeah. I loved that. I thought it was well written and it felt very poignant.
Yeah,
I think
definitely
a good word for that one. And then I feel like I can't not talk about rom-coms and romance books without talking about Can You Keep a Secret and The Hating Game.
Oh yeah,
still
of course.
Two of my favorites.
Yeah,
two of my favorites. Like genuinely laugh out loud, like kicking my feet. Love these books.
Oh, that's another kind of trope that I actually sort of like is a difference in power dynamic.
Yeah.
So like in Can You Keep a Secret, he was her boss.
Yeah.
Or like her new boss or whatever.
It was her boss that she just, like, the CEO, like, huge boss that you never really knew, you never really saw because he just ran the whole company and he had different sects of it. So he was, like, visiting.
Yeah. So. And I know that not everyone likes different power dynamics, but I tend to like those. With the hating game, though, they were, like, literally the same exact level, vying for the higher job.
Yeah.
And that's what caused, like, was the main part of their tension.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like power dynamics in my...
Yeah. I do.
Different.
I enjoy that too.
Yeah.
I think I enjoy those books usually as well too.
Yeah. You haven't read those? Oh, you did read Can You Keep a Secret?
Yeah, I read Can You Keep a Secret forever ago, but I did read that. I enjoyed it. I thought it was very funny. I didn't care about the romance that much, but I thought it was really funny. It made me laugh out loud for sure.
I literally have gone through, with the exception of the Confessions of a Shopaholic series that she wrote. She wrote those Confessions of a Shopaholic.
Yeah.
I've read almost all of her other books, and I've enjoyed all of her other books too.
Yeah.
And she is one of those authors that I will be in public and laugh out loud or snort while I'm reading my books. I forget that people are paying attention to me, and so, you know, I'll be in a quiet coffee shop or bookstore, just snort loudly while I read a funny moment.
That's when you know a book's good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all I got, really.
Very nice. I think we covered a lot.
Yeah.
Obviously, there are so many other couples out there, and if we didn't mention your couple, it doesn't mean we don't like them.
Yeah.
If we mentioned an author that you like that you feel deserves a shout out, yeah, let us know. Jenna will probably give it a chance.
Yeah, I'll at least read it. Find me good romances. Don't send me the ones that are insta-loves. Don't send me the ones that are forced and uncomfortable. I mean, you can, but I'll probably just be very upset with you later. But yeah, no, I the hard part is that now, I mean, with Book Talk, everything's super, super, super hyped up. And the more hype it gets, the more I want to read it because I'm like, oh my gosh, it must be really, really good. And then sometimes I read it and I'm just like, oh, this is really, really not good.
That just happened to me. I just finished
and
a book and
it's like, and I don't want to talk about those on here because I don't believe in bashing books either because there's someone's cup of tea and it's just not mine. And there's a reason all of the world likes them. It's just like, instead I'll just message Megan and bash them privately.
For my eyes only.
Yes. And it's a lot of hard work for that author. Like I fully believe that author deserves all the recognition they get because
it's hard writing a book.
Yeah. They put a lot of heart and soul into that. So I don't like to bash things publicly, but it's not for me. But yeah, send me the romance. All the romances. Good ones. Good romance.
And then send Marissa
the not romances
and send Megan where they're good balance.
Send Marissa the very, very minimal romance and lesbians.
I want there to be lesbians in it, but I don't want it to be a romance.
Yeah.
You are going to love your book this year.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes.
Guess what? Mine has the one I just read, Ryan's, has no romance in it either.
Oh. Also, I wanted that to be like my second to last one because I was like, I know that I can build myself into that mindset of no romance.
Yeah.
I didn't expect there to be romance.
Yeah, there's no romance in it. They don't got time for romance.
This is not really off topic, kind of off topic. I just realized we have a mug full of love quotes if you wanted to try to choose
I'll just
one.
read the mug.
Because I was like going through it and I'm like, we could read one of these for our quotes.
Are they all Shakespearean or is it?
Shakespearean.
I love Shakespeare.
Love sought is good, but given unsought is better. That's my favorite of the ones on here.
So meanwhile, while we're over here talking about what
yeah,
makes
you guys
a good
were
romance,
talking about your guys' couples over there. I was just all like, which quote's good for this?
We're talking couples, you're talking cup.
Yeah.
I do love, we went full on Valentine's Day. Marissa did her love quotes mug, and I did her Valentine's Day mug with
that
the little
that
Mom got you with the little alligator on it.
Mom got me my pity Valentine's Day gift.
It's okay. She does that.
Every year. Every year, Marissa's single and Mom gets her Valentine.
Hey, it's better than nothing, right?
Yeah. Just kidding. Love you, Mom.
My 9th anniversary was just last week.
You got 2
on February 6th. And so we were on our honeymoon during Valentine's Day. So it was really interesting because we were in our hotel room and they were playing like what was it? The Rock of Love on VH1. What was the other one? The girl from Flavor Flav's show.
I don't know.
You don't know those? Oh. Trash TV, if you will. It was like The Bachelor, but for over the top.
Yeah.
I Love New York was one of them.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, yeah.
You got all the cheesy stuff.
Yeah.
On your honeymoon.
Of course, Hanson couldn't watch them, but I enjoyed them.
Yep.
But yeah, it was fun being. We went on a cruise and saw whales.
Oh.
Not a cruise, like a boat ride dinner thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a lot of fun.
We our anniversary getaway that you guys sent us on for our day away, we spent watching Monsters Universe.
Oh, that's a cute one.
So if you want to know what me and my husband do when we're away from our child, we continue to watch Disney TV.
When the night of our wedding and we went to the hotel room, or it was like a little villa thing, Fifth Element was on. So
hey, we love it.
We love Fifth Element in this house.
That's awesome.
So all right. And then on Marissa's anniversary.
Yeah, on my anniversary, I always do nothing because it doesn't exist.
The anniversary of your birth.
My last Valentine's Day I spent in Thailand with no, that wasn't last Valentine's Day, was it?
The funny thing is his dad is flying to Thailand and skipping Valentine's Day.
I know.
He's going to be in the air on Valentine's Day.
I know, because I took the day off so I could dog sit for him.
Yeah. He's like, I am skipping Valentine's Day this year. And I'm like, did you plan that?
Yeah, I'll always remember because I sent a picture because I remember going out to the Valentine's Day dinner with them. And it was like at this restaurant where there was like a little like canal right next to the tables and like the food came out on this canal.
Oh, cool.
And there were like ducks that would like swim by and everything like that and beg for food, obviously. So I took a picture of the ducks. I'm like, that's my Valentine's Day day.
On that note, before we sign off, what are you guys reading?
I am still reading The House on the Cerulean Sea by T.J. Klune. I'm about halfway through it now, and it is very good, actually. I like it a lot. I don't see how people are like, I can't believe this was the same author that wrote this, because I see so many similarities. Without it being the same book, but like I see a lot of similarities with Under the Whispering Door. So,
yeah.
I was like, I don't see
how people
were confused of like, I can't believe this is the same author. Granted, it is a different not a different universe, but it's a different universe.
Yeah. I'm curious. I want to read it.
You should. When I finish it, you should definitely read it. I mean, you can read it at any time, but I have it right now. So.
Yeah. I'm reading Haunted Ever After by Jen DeLuca.
Oh, yeah, we love Jen DeLuca.
Yeah, since I was talking about her.
Let me know how that one is, because that's her first book outside of the Well Met series.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to know how it is.
Yeah, I've had it on my Libby, and it keeps coming through, and I was putting it off, and I thought, it's almost Valentine's Day, it's time to read it, so.
I think so, yeah. I am reading The Last Violent Call, which is the, what's that small book that they do? Novella. It's part of These Violent Delights and Our Violent Ends. It's like the novella that goes after the fact. So, and that's a Romeo and Juliet story.
Yeah.
So.
Is it gay?
No.
Okay.
Well, there are gay characters in it.
Because I remember it like popped up as a suggestion of like based off of your recent reading, and I just read a book that was like very like female, like sapphic book, and so when that popped up, I thought it was gonna be gay, and I remember like opening up a sample for it, and I'm like, this does not seem gay at all.
No, it's definitely not. The side characters are gay, and the second series, which is like set 4 years after this one, I think also has some side characters that are gay, but for the most part, the main characters are not.
Yeah, it's the Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah.
It's been on my TBR for a while.
Yeah.
It's been on my shelf, actually, my literal shelf.
But since you guys are the Shakespearean scribes, or professionals, I should say, I'm curious if you were to read the second series, if it is also based off of a Shakespearean play. Because it doesn't follow Romeo and Juliet or Roma and Juliet.
Yeah.
It follows her cousin who has to pretend to be married to investigate something. Oh, okay. Which one is it? Off the top of your head, do you know?
What's the name of it? I know the... I don't know the name of it, but I know the story.
Sitting here like going through each... No, not that one.
Not Midsummer.
Not this one. It's like...
Not Taming of the Shrew. Not...
I know.
But yeah, well, if you guys think of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's what I'm reading. All right, Jenna, where can they find us?
Instagram, Facebook, Spotify, iHeartRadio, all the fun places. Message us, comment us, let us know, rate us, review, subscribe, send us to your friends, your mom, so that your mom can tell her friends. Like our mom. Brawlers Book Guild Podcast. You can find us on Instagram. You can find us on Facebook. You can find us on TikTok. We're going to have a TikTok. We just haven't actually done much with it yet.
I think there's one video.
Two. So yeah, just keep your eye out for us. We are going to get better at social media. It's our goal this year. It's going to happen.
All right. And with that, let's get our quote. So this quote is from Samantha Shannon, who is a favorite of 2/3 of ours.
I said love her because I never read her.
And this is a quote from A Day of Fallen Night, which we always talk about a lot. I love you as the rain loves the earth, as the mountain loves the sky. I will love you when the star returns and when the black waters swallow the world. We love you guys. So thank you all for joining us.
Hey, you're all right.
Yeah, you're right. As Marissa always says.
And we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.